And welcome back to the Crypto Hulk Show. We are broadcasting a little bit outside of the Crypto Hulk office, but no, I can't. I don't got the same setup here, so we're going to start this show off traveling. My name's Crypto Hulk, not a financial advisor, not a crypto advisor, none of the above. I don't know anything about crypto. I don't know anything about financial advising at all. If you watch this program, you will get financially destroyed. Just want to put that out there. Do not do anything I say, or don't even listen to the show. It's the worst damn thing you could ever do. Okay, now that we got that out of the way, we have some very big news on today's program. I want you to see how these massive institutions, I want you to look at what's important. I don't want you to get these headlines or something that are distracting or whatever. I'm going to show you today, like I always show you, the fundamentals. What is going on with crypto right now, fundamentally? Prices, we're not there, obviously. What I'm trying to show you now is what are the biggest institutions doing with the crypto. They're getting all set up. I'm going to show you today what cryptos those are. Unfortunately, you won't get rich today. So if your intention is to just listen on for 5 or 10 minutes and try to, then keep going. If you're just here for 5 or 10 minutes, just keep going. Because you're going to, look, those kind of people, I can tell you the crypto right now, you don't even need to know what it is. You'll go buy it. And then a few days from now, you'll be like, now, why did I buy this? And you'll be on to something else. So that's why it doesn't even matter to tell you what the crypto is. You have to understand what the cryptos are that I talk about on the show. You need to know who they're connected to. And if you don't know that, then it doesn't matter. You can invest in it in the way that some people are. If they're not rich in 3 hours, then forget it, right? So it's kind of like, why even bother watching this program? It's not set up for you. This program is set up for people that want to watch for a whole hour, 1 to 2 times a day, and they want the best fundamental information you can get. Now we're going to go over this. We got somebody from Virginia Beach, Virginia. Seems to be a lot of people from that area. Just buying daily, says Mark. Oh, now disclaimer, one of my favorite parts of the show. One thing we did forget to tell you is that every day I stay super high. Cocaine, heroin, methamphetamines, opium. I smoke it, inject it, snort it, eat it, keister it, whatever you can imagine. That's how we do it on this program. Anytime I've ever sent you a text, if you're a $500 member or whatever, then expect I'm going to be super fucking spun on some very good drugs, high purity. Okay? Now, yet your eyes are so clear. Oh, don't let the eyes fool you. I'm on Chris Sharpie. Chris Sharpie says, I'm here to learn about new drug combos. Oh my God, it's nice. Let's get into this article here. Let me try to find it. It's massive. Massive. We got State Street going on. That's that article there. Let me look here. There's this core banking with Temenos and Taurus. We got Blue Zell. Ooh. India. DTCC. Okay. Let's start with this, the DTCC. This article right here, I want you to see what's happening with the DTCC. We all know that that's Canton coin. But Crypto Hulk, it didn't go up today. Oh gosh, are you sure it's the right one? I thought it was supposed to be rich today. Here's an article on the DTCC. The DTCC says They're not building walled gardens for tokenization, says Digital Assets Head. The financial giant says it's open to interoperability. It's all connecting, everybody. Now, the DTCC processes $4 quadrillion per year. And what they do is they have like 20 locations around the world, and they clear derivatives trading. Like all the stock markets around the world, it all goes through the DTCC before anything happens. Now, the DTCC has affirmed its vision for tokenization securities is interoperable. What they're telling us here, imagine all the value in the world. What are derivatives? They take everything in the world and they're going to tokenize this, put it on a blockchain. This is what's happening right now in front of you. I'm telling you, the company and the crypto would be the Canton network. Rise is their tokenizing agent. So again, we got, now you can go to Caleb and Brown. Look right below my program. You'll see a link for Caleb and Brown. That's where you can get Canton coin. And that's Canton coin. You don't need any contract code for that. You can just buy it straight at Caleb and Brown. And then you have the Rise token. Let me look that one up for you. That's the T-Rise is the company that tokenizes, and Rise is the token. Let me show you here right now. Let me do a copy and a paste. Right here. Paste, and that's there's your Rise token. Those two work with the Canton DTCC. And let's Canton. Here we go here. Here's your evidence. This is like all the world's token. It's truly amazing how you're being given right now. Look at this. Here's the article here. Let me show you what we're working with. You got the DTCC and Digital Asset Partner. So there's a company called Digital Asset, and they're working with Canton Network. They're all working together with the DTCC. That's all the money. Like some of you that are brand new, I don't know if you're aware of this, but this is like all the money in the entire world right here. The Crypto Hulk. Why is a crypto only 17 cents? Why is Rise only 0.0? Look, that shit, all I'm going to do is I'm going to show you what the real news is, and you have access to getting these cryptos. Because one day, when we have global crypto regulations and full tokenization, you won't be able to afford to buy this anymore, okay? This is straight out of the DTCC. You can see it's the website right here. It's not Crypto Hulk's opinion. It's just facts. Not a big deal, right? The DTCC and a company called Digital Asset, they partnered together to tokenize custodied U.S. Treasuries securities on the Canton. They're telling you right here. And some people are so fucking stupid. They'll be like, oh, well, it's not going up, so I don't think I'm going to buy it. This is why you and me will be rich, and all these other motherfuckers are going to be broke, okay? Because we look at fundamental news in this channel. Every single crypto on my program, fundamental news. There's always facts to back it up. I showed you the articles. Let's look down near the bottom of this article. It says about DTCC. This is for brand new people that don't have a fucking clue. With over 50 years of experience. So this company's been around for 50 years. What it is, it's all these stock markets and these financial people all around the world. They all work together to kind of control themselves. Because if they don't, and they do start doing illegal shit, then the whole world collapses. That's how important. This is literally all the money right here. If you look right here at the near the bottom, it says in 2024, this is like 2 years ago, 2024. In 2024, DT subsidiaries processed security transactions valued at $3.7 quadrillion. That's $4 quadrillion. They processed these in the whole year, basically 4 quadrillion. Now it's 2026. What's the value of these now? It's probably about $4.5 quadrillion. That is truly amazing. And if you crunch these numbers down, let's get out the calculator here. Let's crunch these numbers. Let me get this one. Let's figure out how much money that has to be. Let's say 4.5. I got to turn the calculator sideways. Let's just say 4 quadrillion to make it easier. There's 4,000, 4 million, 4 billion, 4 trillion. So there's right here, $4 quadrillion. Okay. Now we're going to divide that by 365. And that equals this number. Now we're going to further divide that by 24 hours. And that's that number, 24 hours a day. And each hour is divided, we'll divide 24 hours by 60 minutes. And then there's that number, and we'll divide each minute by 60 seconds. This number is 126 million transaction dollars per second. You see how huge? Think about this now. $126 million per second. That's, you see what I'm talking about? This is all the money. This is where we're talking about with this DTCC. These numbers are unimaginable. I can't even understand how big they are. Okay, this can't happen with XRP at $2. That shit's not going to work. Okay, I don't know what the numbers have to be. Like XRP can only move so much so fast, right? So you can't have a $2 XRP. This is why I don't care what the price is now. This shit, I just showed you the facts right there. We broke it down. We took $4 quadrillion, broke it down into 365 parts. That means 1 day. And we divide that by 24 hours, which is 1 day. And then we get 1 hour divided by 60, and then 60. There you go. We just broke it down. You got to have $126 million per second. Now, how high does an XRP have to be able to move that much value? It's got to be some number. I mean, you can do the math. I have no idea how they're going to get that done. All I know is it's not going to happen at $2. And guess what? This is the Canton group. Do you know how much that Canton coin is going to be worth? I don't know, but it sure as hell ain't going to be worth 18 cents. Okay. This is what I'm showing you now. I don't care what the headlines. I don't care what happens. Crypto prices double. I don't care about that shit. See, I know, and now you know, where does this end up? At $127 million per second? That's where this ends up. The Crypto Hulk, why is it so cheap right now? These are things I don't know. I don't understand how the world works with the world of finance. I don't know how the DTCC works. Shit, I don't even know how this thing works, but I'm able to run a show just fine, aren't I? So these are the things you're going to have to consider if you want to get in on Canton Coin and the Rise token that goes with it. You know, you can go to Caleb Brown and buy it, one of them. I don't have all the answers, everybody. Some people seem to think, well, why don't you know this? Why don't you know that? Well, if I knew all this shit, I wouldn't be giving a show away for free, would I? Right? I mean, shit, think about that shit. If I'm supposed to know all this stuff, you're sitting here for free. I'm going to give away all the world's secrets for free. Not probably going to happen in this lifetime. So that's the thing. No cold plunge today. I'm not in the area, so I won't be able to cold plunge today. I did yesterday. I made a video. I cold plunged yesterday. I didn't put it on the show because Primal Ice. Hold on. Primal Ice wanted me to make a video for them. So I did. So they're going to edit it up and then use it on their website. So Crypto Hulk's going to be going Hollywood here in a couple days. So this is so massive. So we know that the DTCC moves $4 quadrillion a year. It says here they move $4 quadrillion a year, and they provide custody and asset servicing for 150 countries. Oh my God. So this is massive here. They have 25 billion messages annually. We already ran the numbers on this. Is massive. Canton Network. Now look, there's more than one crypto that's going to handle all of this. Canton is one, Rise is another. Then you got XDC, XRP. There's maybe 10 cryptos or 15 that help get all this done. So I'm not just telling you about these. It's just I don't have time to go over all of this. We're focusing on this article here. Let's go back. Let me copy and paste the article again. So what I wanted to show you is how massive this is. What I wanted to show you, the biggest clearing organization in the entire world. I mean, I'm only showing you the biggest in the whole world. That's not a big deal. This article is dated January 16. So that is 4 days ago. In the in brief section here, it says DTCC affirmed its vision for tokenized security is interoperable. DTCC, Nadine Chakra. That's a lady in charge of the DTCC. Her name is Nadine Chakra. She underscored the risks and costs as factors. Listen to what they're saying. The company plans to issue tokens first on the Canton Network. They're telling you right here. Now, those of you that are smart and able to come up with the money, you better get into Canton. I mean, this is so fucking easy. They're telling you what crypto they're going to use. And the dumb people, I could tell dumb people, and it would go right over there. They wouldn't have, well, it's only 18 cents. Or that's not even a big deal. That coin's going nowhere. They have no idea because they only have 5 or 10 minutes to watch the show. So they've already missed out on the important, or they couldn't make it past the introduction. Okay. The company plans to issue tokens first on the Canton Network. Oh my God. The DTCC's vision for tokenized securities isn't tethered to any single network, even if it's admittedly rooted in the past. The firm that processes roughly $10 trillion of securities transaction every day is keeping an open mind as it fleshes out its tokenized security offering. But risk and data standards remain paramount. During a virtual forum on Thursday, the Wall Street veteran said that DTCC values the concept of interoperability. This is why I'm saying my belief is that XRP and XDC will also be involved in this. It won't just be Canton and Rise. That's not possible. There's got to be 10 to 15 cryptos that are going to make all this happen, okay? And the DTCC is not in the business of creating an environment where digital assets can't flow seamlessly due to technical limitations. They're telling you right now, the crypto they're going to need to have to use is going to be interoperable. Now, they're using Canton, which is, they're going to use Rise. They've got to use XDC, XLM. Stellar's involved in this. XRP. Then they're going to need oracles. So more than likely Chainlink's involved in this thing. And then you got the special Codius, all the Ripple Oracle right there, the smart Oracle and stuff we haven't gotten into yet. DTCC says right here, we're not building walled gardens, Nadine Chakar said. Interoperability for me is being able to move things seamlessly from one chain to another without the risk or extra expense. So now it's telling me they're probably using Cosmo SDK as well. That's a platform. Chakar added that messaging standards, well, that would be Swift, wouldn't it? So now we got the Linnea crypto in here. So now we're probably up to what, 8, 9 cryptos right now we just mentioned. Chakra added that messaging standards. That's Swift right there, everybody. Facilitating communication within the traditional financial system. Stop for a minute. Here's how we know it's Swift. What is Swift? It's the global messaging system. It's the traditional global messaging system. What is Nadine Chakra talking about here? An interoperable system that uses a traditional messaging system. They don't need to put the word Swift on here. If you don't have common sense to figure this fucking shit out, I'm sorry. You're broke. It says here, with the traditional financial system may eventually become a relic of the past, but they will serve us well as we move forward into a world where every single day you've got somebody launching a new layer one. They're talking about the old world system of Swift. They're gonna leave that behind because we know Swift has Linnea. That's the messaging platform that Swift is going to use is Linnea. And Linnea is the crypto that I believe Caitlin Brown has Linnea as well. Yes, they do. DTCC is committed to working with the industry on you notice how she keeps bringing that up? Interoperability. But her comments reflect the cautious nature of steps the incumbent is taking as it enters a space where North Korea has stolen billions of dollars through advanced cyber attacks. Last month, DTCC signaled that it would first issue tokenized securities on the Canton network. Like they're just straight up telling you. And other people, they have no idea. They've never heard of Canton. They're not invested in it. And it's sad because they're literally the DTCC is literally telling you what cryptos they're going to use. I mean, it's just mind-boggling how people haven't bought this yet. A permission blockchain designed, the Canton network is a permission blockchain designed for what? Financial institutions. This is a coin where it's not meant for you to just buy it and then when it pumps a little, sell it up. Like that's totally, you have no idea what you're doing. At what did we say, $127 million dollars per second have to move through this coin? Like that's pretty amazing. Unlike networks that are purely transparent, user access to individual applications can be controlled. What's more, the ability to validate transactions on the network is currently an invite-only process. That means that you have to be part of the Canton network to validate transactions. Who are members of the Canton network? These are like millionaire, billionaire companies, okay? These aren't people like you and me who put in our $20 trying to make 100. This is again, with Ripple and the XRP and all that shit, it's not designed for you and me. There is no Ripple family, Ripple community. That shit is so fucking stupid. Ripple is designed for institutions and governments. Where the fuck do people get off saying, oh, let's be part of the XRP family? Well, let's be part of the Ripple family. That is so convoluted. That's like 5-year-old mentality. I'm telling you. That's embarrassing to see people join some XRP group or some shit. That's so fucking stupid. All right, let's continue. In addition to Canton, the DTCC plans to offer tokenized securities on, quote, app chain, APP chain, all one word. It's a permissioned Ethereum compatible network for applications that's built on open source technology. What DTCC is building in tokenized securities is intrinsically inescapable, a walled garden, because all tokenized services are simply chains on the DTCC, claims on the actual security. With the legal title to 83% of all publicly traded stocks in the U.S. are held by DTCC affiliate CD and company, you don't own the stock that is tokenized. CD and DTCC do. So what we got here is this. Basically, this is a massive company. I don't understand how all of it works, and I'm not going to. I'm not a financial advisor. I don't have to understand all these things. This is the world of, like, Caleb Brown would understand, like, how all these things work. That's why I have Caleb Brown on his channel, because they know stuff I don't know. That's their world. Their world's the financial world. Cryptos, companies, and that's not my thing. I don't study that. What I'm studying is what cryptos are a part of the world's biggest organization, the DTC, that controls $4 quadrillion a year or more. I just want to know what cryptos they're using and kind of understand what these cryptos will be doing. What's going to happen to the DTCC? They're going to tokenize $4.5 quadrillion a year. How are they going to do it? They're going to use Canton Coin and Rise, Ripple, XDC, and all these others. That's how it's going to get done. Now, as far as all the tech, I'm not trying to get into all that. I don't care. I just need to know what cryptos it is. Like, I don't need to know all these things. I'm going to end up having millions because I know what cryptos the biggest corporation in the entire world is going to use. That's all I needed to know. Just like with this iPhone. I don't even know how this fucking iPhone works. I can still run a business without having to be a phone programmer. That is the first article that we have right here. We got AJ Singh. Oh, he's late again. Well, you know what? That late fee bribery works just well. Thank you very much. Where do we buy Rise? I got mine on MetaMask. Rise, you can probably get a lot of different places. I gave you the contract code there, so you can go. I'm sure anywhere Ethereum sold, you can get that. Try Uniswap. You can probably go to, I don't know, any, just type it in with the contract code. Let me check the comments here. Phantom has it. Kraken has it. Kraken has Rise. I got mine on Coinbase. So there you go. You can pretty much buy it at any of the good exchanges. But what I'm trying to show you guys, this is too easy. You've got the biggest clearing organization in the whole entire world. They're telling you they need messaging. So there you go with Linea, Linea. You can buy it at Caleb Brown. It's like they're just telling you that, God, this doesn't get any easier than this. Now, they're not specifically talking about Rise, but we've already studied Canton Network. So I'm not getting into all that. I'm just trying to focus on what the news article said. This is massive right here. Let's go with Taurus. Man, this is so huge. Okay, let's talk about Ripple right now. There's so much news, I can't figure out where to start. And again, we look at fundamentals here. Price comes when we get regulations and they're ready to go. And we ain't there yet. We don't have global crypto regulation. The United States doesn't even have crypto laws. I want you to understand how this works, new people, and I'm not a financial guru. Until you have in the United States Code definitions of what is a utility token, what's a security token, what's a currency token, what's a this, what's a that. We don't have all that. Let me ask you a question. How are corporations around the world supposed to trade coins that they don't know what they are? Does that make any sense? No, it doesn't. So therefore, there's a limbo, a time of limbo. A limbo is like a time where no one kind of knows what's going on. It's like a free-for-all, right? You can't have Bank of America dumping in $1 trillion on shit we can't explain what it is. Does that make any sense? Okay. That's what's going on. Right now, the crypto prices are cheap because we don't have, I just said why. Because we don't have definitions of what the shit is. All these corporations can't dogpile in and buy all this stuff up. Number one, banks are not allowed to be dumping all kinds of money into shit that doesn't have any legal definition. I don't know if you're aware of this or not. You can't have the DTCC jumping in on shit, doing all kinds of things with crypto. The government doesn't even know what it is. Does this make sense? Okay. This is why these prices are cheap. We don't know what it is. How do you put a value on shit that doesn't have a legal definition? It's like trying to put a value on Santa Claus or something, right? The Tooth Fairy. If somebody claims, hey, everybody, hold on, I've captured the Tooth Fairy, people are going to look at you like, are you okay? That's what's happening right now with crypto. The SEC can't tell us what it is, any of these cryptos. The Office of the Comptroller of the Currency, they control the banks, right? They can't tell you what crypto is. I'm trying to make a point here. The Commodities Future Trading Commission, they can't tell you what crypto is. Who tells us? Can somebody answer this fucking question? Can somebody tell me who determines what crypto is, or what determines what crypto is? Somebody answer that question. Crypto Hooligan says, got only 13,000 only. You wait till that fucking shit's $1,000 a piece or something, then you won't be like only. Got only 13,000 Canton coins on Caleb Brown for now. That's good. It's a good start. Okay, I'm going to answer the question because it looks like we're either on a time delay here or nobody knows. It's the law. The law determines. And what makes the law in America, and I can't speak on your countries because some of you guys got dictators and they determine what it is. In America, there's this thing called law. And you have the House of Representatives and the Senate. Hulk knows more about crypto than the Senate writing laws. We could figure this shit out in a weekend. It's not that tough. Look, it's not tough. What I'm going to do is get about 20 of the smartest people in crypto. We're all you're gonna lock us in a big auditorium. You're gonna lock us in, airdrop food and shit into us so we can't get out. And we ain't coming out of that room until we figure out global crypto laws and regulations. Maybe give me 50 people and I'll get to pick them. And it won't be Maxine Waters in there. That's going to make me fucking throw up. So you realize we could knock this out in a weekend and then get me, we need people to secretaries and shit in there to help type shit out and organize it. And then we need AI, all these. So I probably need a room of about 100 people. And I'll be looking for maybe 20 of the most brilliant crypto minds. And then I'm going to need legal people like lawyers and industry regulator type people, about one to two people from each of the industries. We can figure this shit out. It's not that fucking tough. These people do it for a living. They know how to do all that stuff. I'm just the idea guy. Okay, that's how I would do it. Get the smartest people in the room, fucking go at it. You ain't leaving. You got 48 hours. We got bunk beds and shit all around, whatever. Hey, you're not leaving this fucking place. If it takes you you can do it in 2 days or a week. It's up to you, but you ain't fucking leaving. That's how I'd handle that shit. Now, let's go here with Ripple. Oh, God. Let me show you what's going on with Ripple. There is no other crypto company that I'm aware of doing stuff like this. Well, watch what we got going on with Ripple in Berkeley, UC Berkeley, California. I'm telling you, all the stuff's the government right here. Ripple. Here's Ripple. This article is dated January 16th. Ripple and UC Berkeley. You have Ripple and one of the top 10 colleges in the entire world. This is a government-based college. It's not a private. So you have Ripple hooked up with California state government. Okay, UC Berkeley. They launch the University Digital Asset Accelerator. What are they going to do? According to here, supercharge the XRP ecosystem, everybody. Just letting you know. No other crypto's doing this, by the way. You don't see Vitalik Buterin with Ethereum at Berkeley. You don't see that dude anywhere at all except on Beavis and Butthead cartoons from the 90s. Since its inception, Ripple's University Blockchain Research Institute has been committed to fostering a global ecosystem where academic rigor meets real-world blockchain utility. Today, we are proud to announce that the latest evolution and revolution, well, I added that, the latest evolution of the mission, the University Digital Asset Accelerator Program. The program is designed to bridge the gap between early stage innovation and institutional readiness. They're getting everybody ready, everybody. This is what's happening right here. They're getting, I don't know exactly technically what they're doing, but it appears that they're getting organizations ready to launch crypto. I'm not saying they're going to launch it anytime soon. I'm just saying they're getting ready to where if maybe there's a little boom, boom, pow going on or something, they can boom, flip that switch. But they're going to have it all ready. I'm not saying they're launching it. They're going to have it ready. The program is designed to what? Bridge the gap between early stage innovation and institutional readiness, providing founders with technical resources, mentorship, and capital connections necessary to scale on the XRP ledger. Are you hearing this right now? Ripple is literally working with the state of California, the best, like UC Berkeley, it's the best of the best. Like it's one of literally maybe the top 5 to top 10 colleges in the world. Some people would say Berkeley's in the top 5, even the top 1, 2, 3. I would say that. There is very, very heavy United States federal government involvement at that college at UC Berkeley. That's where it all started. All the Ripple and shit, Arthur Brito, he either went to Berkeley or he lived in Berkeley. I've got the evidence already. It's already on my channel. You can just go back in the post section. I did a small little non-creeper background on Arthur Brito, and he ran businesses out of Berkeley, and I'm pretty sure he probably went to Berkeley as well, but it didn't matter if he didn't or not. In fall of 2025, probably a few months ago, the inaugural cohort, UDAX, which is UC Berkeley, was launched in partnership with a multidisciplinary team from Ripple. Are you hearing this? They have a special program that Ripple launched with the state of California, which is Berkeley. UBRI is a premier global hub. The University of California, Berkeley is renowned for producing more venture-backed founders. Listen to this. UC Berkeley is renowned for producing more venture-backed founders than any other university in the entire world. Over 6 intensive weeks, Ripple engineers and UC Berkeley faculty, lecturers, and industry experts worked alongside 9 startups. Oh my God. To transform ambitious concepts into market-ready solutions. This is very cool. Berkeley cohort represented innovation in finance with teams building in sectors ranging from tokenized asset markets to decentralized insurance. Oh, and the creator economy. I'm going to cherry pick this. The journey culminated means ending in a closing summit and demo day with remarks from Ripple co-founder Chris Larson and David Schwartz at Ripple's San Francisco headquarters. Founders presented their progress to a room of XRP Ledger core developers from 13 venture capital firms. Wow. WaveTip, a platform enabling instant tips for Twitch streamers, successfully transitioned to the XRP Ledger. Similarly, there's a company called XCard, which turns physical collectibles into liquid assets. Oh, wow. Block Bima, Block and then BIMA, all one word, who are building automated climate risk micro insurance for vulnerable companies. Then there's a company called CRX Digital Assets. They leverage the accelerator to sharpen their strategy for exporting Brazilian credit offerings. Then there's a company called Blockroll. They use the Ripple Labs stablecoin momentum, and they launched stablecoin-backed virtual cards for African freelancers. What did I tell you about Africa? It ain't shit happening until Africa is all hooked up. This is what I'm showing you right here. And look right here what they're talking about. Sub-Saharan Africa's leading source, the United States, and enabling financial access use cases using stablecoin-backed debit cards. They're hooking up Africa right here. There's another company in this called Well Arrive. WELL and then Arrive, all one word. They're also a part of this project here. There's another company called Spout, SPOUT. They deal with equity tokenization. They're tokenizing equity. There's another company called XFIL, EXFIL. They forged 50 new strategic relationships, deliver an investor-ready, real-time blockchain threat intelligence platform. Mintara Labs validated their GTM strategy for crypto bank insurance. So this is what Ripple's doing. They're getting the industry ready. Wow. Ripple is taking their technology to the state of California, to a college that is the most innovative in the entire world. And Ripple's showing them this information, and then they have real world people there taking that from these companies to put into the economy all around the world to get it ready. They're getting everything set up to run on cryptocurrency. That's what's happening at University of California, Berkeley with Ripple. But to most 99% of people, it's not a big deal. You guys are early. You're watching how all this is happening right here. Each day you watch my program, I'm showing you what's being set up for the future. These crypto prices are cheap right now. That's an invitation for smart people. Like the smart money, see the dumb money? They're going to start buying once everything starts taking off. And it's going to be too late then. The Canton coin to go from what? 17, 18 cents. It might just shoot straight to $100, $500. And people are like, oh man, I missed out. Oh geez, we're gonna hear all that dumb shit. Oh, you know what? I should have just done this. I should have just got this loan. Dude, you're never gonna have enough money. Just get a fucking loan and pay on that shit every month and buy the cryptos that you want to get now. Because when this thing takes off, you're priced out. It's too late. It's too late. Oh shit! Let me go to my wallet and buy. Let me go to this website and buy it really quick. It's too late. Now is the time. Canton coin is 17 cents. Current price 12 cents. Okay, all-time high 17. All-time low 5 cents. Set price. Now, this is interesting what Slim Chance says. He says, set prices so the banks can sell it to all the normies. Now, this is what I believe. Here's what's going to happen. We're going to have an Ethereum free pass kind of moment. If you remember, I showed you Ethereum's website, and it's still up. You can still access the Ethereum website. And I showed you guys they sold Ethereum as a block sale. Now, you know what a block sale is? It's different than you and me. Here's how it's going to work for the banks, okay? It's going to happen for the banks just like this. They're going to have block sales, and they probably have everything already. You already know Ripple has all the shit allocated out, and it's all. They're going to take a block of crypto. See, normally when you buy when you go to Coinbase, or Caleb Brown or whatever it is, and you go to buy some crypto, the minute you make a purchase, the price starts going up, right? Unless somebody, a big whale sells. Well, let's just assume there's no big whales getting ready to snipe you, okay? How these exchanges are supposed to work theoretically is, and this is as long as there's no dark pools or no block sales and shit going on, but normally, but there is all that shit going on. That's why we get screwed. But normally how it should be at an exchange is I put in $100 and I buy some crypto or $500 or whatever. And the price goes up a little bit each. Okay, that's generally how it works. What they're going to do, which I think Slim Chance knows, and this is what I know as well, they're going to have a block sale like the Ethereum Free Pass had. They're going to pull out a certain amount of crypto from wherever they have it held in custody, and they can set a price. So they can say, okay, XRP will be 10 cents a piece. Now they can pull that off wherever it's at. They can pull it, and they can do all this shit secret. Okay, they can pull it, sell off all this XRP at 10 cents, and then they can take it off the order books, do a dark pool block sale where no one can see it or nothing until it's all done. And then when they report those transactions back to the blockchain, then the price goes from $2 XRP, because we didn't see them selling it at 10. I'm just showing you how all this shit's going to happen. This is how it will happen. Then that price goes from $2. The next thing you know, it'll be $1,000 just like that. You're like, well, shit, how did that happen? Because they took a block in a dark pool, sold the shit off where no one knows. Then it was reported after that, and then bam, it goes up. I don't know all the technical inner workings on how that happens, but that's basically how it happens, just like Ethereum did, okay? If these banks, and here's how it's not going to happen. Banks aren't going to come in and put in an order book, I want 5,000 of these. No, they're going to buy them all at once. And then every bank's going to have access to buying certain cryptos all at once. It won't be reported until everybody's done. And then when everybody's all done, then it gets reported and the prices skyrocket and you're priced out. That's how all this shit goes down, okay? They're not buying them one by one, because then that price would go. Banks aren't going to pay. Banks want to pay 10 cents for an XRP and then sell it to you for $5,000. That's how these banks are going to do this shit. They're not going to be paying what you and me pay. We already know this. Alrighty then. Let's look right here. So that's the XRP. We got State Street. Let's go. Okay, I'm going to do this next deep dive a little bit quick. We got 10 minutes. I can knock it out. Again, I'm going to show you State Street. State Street has about $50 trillion in assets. What I'm doing right here is I'm showing you today, and what I'm doing every day, it looks like now, I'm showing you every day now what the biggest of the big, it doesn't get much bigger than State Street, $50 trillion. If it gets any bigger, it's BNY Mellon at 57 trillion. I mean, it doesn't get much bigger. I mean, they're already the biggest. What I'm right here showing you is what they call repo trading. And banks have intraday trading where they borrow money just for like overnight and then sell it back or whatever these banks do. I'm not familiar with the banking industry. You got State Street Corporation has announced the completion of the first, oh my God, repo trade for MN, one of the largest asset managers for Dutch pension funds. I want you to see what's going on now. The trade was completed through an enhanced service. Enhanced, that's crypto, under the Eurex Select Invest Repo model. In a newly designed structure of cryptocurrency, State Street acts on behalf of its clients to directly clear and settle reverse repo transactions using a centrally cleared counterpart framework. Christian Schultz, head of financial solutions, Continental Europe at State Street, says, "We are delighted to launch our enhanced Eurex Select Invest model for repo, developed in close collaboration with Eurex and with the MN as our first client. The model streamlines buy-side access to the euro-denominated repo market and enables clients to trade independently with any of the current 170 market participants. State Street can now enable the buy side to access the liquidity of benefits clearing without the onerous onboarding, operational, and custodial requirements of a direct membership." Now let's get into a little bit here. Let me do the Grok search. Let's find out a little bit with a deep dive what is kind of going on here and who's involved, and most importantly, what cryptos are possibly involved in this. Now, this article was published on January 19th, detailing State Street Corporation's completion of the first reverse repo trade for a company called MN. It's a Dutch asset manager overseeing pension funds. Now, let me tell you something, why this is important. If you know anything about pension funds, that's people's retirements. Pension funds are not funds that you experiment with dumb shit crypto. Okay, no. Pension funds is like the golden egg. That is your retirement when you get old. Let's say you have a retirement from General Motors, wherever you worked for 20, 30 years. Your money, state of California, whatever it is, governments have pension funds. That's people's money that's supposed to last them the rest. They're not going to risk that with dumb shit crypto projects, okay? So what we have here now is they're going to be tokenizing and utilizing pension funds in a cryptocurrency sort of way. What we're seeing here is it's starting every day. Every article I read to you, it's another business. It's another corporation. It's another bank. Are you seeing this? We're chipping away at this every day. I'm showing you literally right now how the whole world is now getting set up for cryptocurrencies. We don't have crypto laws. I think that comes all at the end. Well, I think how this goes down, and I'm just guessing right now using my opinion, but it's almost as if all these companies and countries are getting all set up. No one's really talking too much about stuff, kind of. And I think at the end, the crypto regs come in, green light. I think that's kind of how all this works, okay? I don't know, but we're definitely not seeing the prices go up, right? Okay. So there's got to be something else going on, right? Okay. That means they're getting set up. They're getting ready. I'm not saying they're doing anything. They're getting it all set up, ready to go. Then I think we get regs, and then they flip a switch. That's what I think how all this stuff goes down. So State Street, you got Deutsche Börse, mixed up in this. This is massive. 170 markets, I would say countries. This is a, quote, project, they're calling it. It's a fintech innovates crypto. It's crypto. Here's what they're saying here. A fintech innovation in traditional finance. Oh, man. They're taking the old school way of financing stuff and putting it into the crypto form and showing you right here. Prices aren't going up tomorrow. Now is the time to buy. Now's not the time to sell and take profits. That comes when they flip the switch. That's when you end up rich. We're not trying to make $50 or $100 off this thing. That's fucking low IQ shit, okay? State Street. When did State Street start? Oh, it was only started in the year 1792. That's not a big deal. State Street has 51 trillion in assets. I want you to see something. State Street was started in the 1700s. Do you think they're going to fuck around with some stupid ass crypto? No. They're using people's pension funds. That's not going to happen. What we're talking about here is something that's very, very massive. A company from the 1700s is now converting all of these pension funds into crypto forms and doing repo trades, which I'm not familiar with, okay? To me, this sounds pretty huge, all right? Now, who do we have involved in this? Eurex. Eurex is involved, and you have a joint venture between Deutsche Börse and the SIX Swiss exchange, okay? The SIX Swiss exchange is mixed up in this project with State Street. What is that? Let me show you right now, because it's going to be the currency called XDC. You can buy it at Caleb and Brown. Here is your SIX digital exchange really quick. What is this? It's in Switzerland. The SIX digital exchange is going to settle stock trading using R3 Corda's blockchain. Now, what is R3 Corda? That's the crypto. XDC. They're going to use that. There it is right there. They're basically telling us, without telling us, they're going to use this crypto. So here's another one at Caleb Brown. You can get that one. Now, Golden Eagle X, member for 40 months. You can see each of you. It's like everything is shaking in the world. Everything is set. Only those who don't want to see, don't see. For all Hulk members, good health. So we're looking right here at the SIX digital exchange. This is who is helping facilitating this movement is the SIX digital exchange. It's in Switzerland. It's a stock exchange. It's been running on cryptocurrency technology for maybe 5 years now. This is like the test. This is 2019. So, okay, 6 years or whatever, 5-6 years. This digital exchange has been running on cryptocurrency technology for 5 to 6 years. There's been no problems whatsoever with it. Guess what? The New York Stock Exchange just started to run on cryptocurrency. You know, the NASDAQ, that runs on R3 Corda. It already runs on R3 Corda. Let's take a little look here. Let's see. Oh, right here. Here's your article right here. The NASDAQ crypto, actually the NASDAQ stock exchange. Here's your evidence right here. That's already running on R3 Corda. NASDAQ partners with blockchain consortium R3 to deliver institutional digital asset services. That's May 2024. So we got the NASDAQ. running on crypto. The New York Stock Exchange just announced yesterday they're going to run on crypto. We got the Swiss Exchange running on crypto. I just read a few days ago, London Stock Exchange running on crypto. Guess what? DTCC running on crypto. Are you seeing a pattern? Because I sure hope to God you are, because if not, you're fucking broke, okay? And I'm not saying that to be mean. It's just, if you don't see what's going on here, you're going to be fucking broke. That's just how it is. It's not name calling. It's just fact telling. I mean, it can't get any easier. I'm literally showing you how it's going down. If you can't become a millionaire off watching my program, you're retarded. And that's something I can't help you with that. You're inborn with that. Your dad must have been a drug addict truck driver. Your mom's the 80-year-old hooker. It's just your genetics, dude. That's what you were born with. Let's look here. So there's your connection. You got this Swiss 6 stock exchange, which is all cryptoed out with R3 XDC. Deutsche Börse is working with this program. Let's continue. State Street, Eurex, MN. No red flags. Okay. The European Central Bank obviously is involved in all of this. You can't have London Stock Exchange and the 6 exchange hooked up with crypto without the European Central Bank and the Euro Commission knowing what's going on, inspecting. All of it's tied together. And State Street complies with the United States SEC. It's called the SAB 121 on crypto custody. So now this whole deal is all government regulated. They're dealing with the biggest companies in the entire world. You got State Street. This is so massive right here. Now, if you look here, you can't see actually. Automated insurance servicing, products like Taurus. There's a company called Taurus who's providing the custody and the protection here. Let's look up Taurus. This I can show you. Here's an article right here. So Taurus is all mixed up in this. Show you the article. Here we go, Temenos. Now, Temenos, but first, let me, so here's where Ripple comes in. This is a big project. You're not going to have just one crypto. You're going to have a lot of cryptos. This is what I'm trying to show you. Here's the article right here. Just real quick, look at the title. Ripple-friendly Temenos is picked by Societe Generale Group to modernize major bank in the Czech Republic. So here's our evidence that Temenos is a Ripple partner. Now, let's go back to the Taurus article here. Well, there's Temenos right there. We know that's a Ripple partner. I just showed you. Core banking integration with Taurus. So you've got the State Street, these billions of dollars retirement funds, all tokenized. They're utilizing Taurus for custody, which was made by Temenos, which is a Ripple partner. Are you seeing how all these come together? I sure hope so, because I'm trying to break it down as easy as I can. With digital assets growing in popularity, customers are looking to their trusted financial institutions for secure access and safekeeping, with full integration to the Taurus Protect digital asset program. Now, if Temenos is providing Taurus with technology to protect crypto and custody it, then Ripple has Ripple custody. Here's Ripple custody. Here's a Ripple custody page. So Ripple already has its own custody right there, because that's what Temenos is, a Ripple partner, right? So Ripple has the crypto custody right there. And I believe the name of that is called Ripple Custody. Yeah, here's another copy and a paste right there. Oh, wait a second, Ben. Hey, easy with the truck driving comments. I just say it's just part of the joke. There's truck drivers out there. There's one dude that has a channel on crypto, and the dude makes like $200,000 or $300,000 a year. So those truck drivers can make a lot of money. This guy literally has his show. He's rolling and he's talking about crypto and shit, and he's driving while he's doing his show. But okay, there's that. So we know that Ripple's involved with the custody. Let us go. There's the Temenos. Okay, so we're going to click out of that. Deloitte. Let me go back here. State Street. I'm just looking at the partnerships. FinTech. JP Morgan's involved in this. Copper's involved. Let's look here for a minute. Now let's look at Copper. Who's involved with Copper? Look, this just keeps getting bigger. I got to be careful of our time here. Okay, we're already over 1 hour and 6 minutes. Okay, I'm going to wrap this up. Because this will just, I could need about another 15 minutes or so, and it will never end. What I'm trying to show you is this as I close today's program. What we got going on now are the biggest corporations in the world getting set up with cryptocurrency. They're utilizing, I've already named the cryptos, the crypto companies for custody and this and that. I'm showing you who all the players are. I'm showing you what tech companies are involved in the tokenization of the planet. You have an opportunity to watch my program for an hour, take notes, and go buy certain cryptos if you want or don't want. It's up to you. It doesn't matter to me. My job here is to give you information. You should be taking notes on things that are important to you on my program. And then if Caleb Brown has the cryptos you want, pick them up. If you want to take a chance and maybe get financially destroyed, go ahead and buy those cryptos. But you have an opportunity here right now. I'm showing you all the connections, the biggest companies in the world, and I'm showing you the cryptos they're using. The work's all done. You could just listen and watch the show, take notes, verify what I said, go take notes on Copper and go see who's involved. I mean, it's just, I don't have time to go over all this stuff. This is how big this is. It never ends. It's that huge. And what I try to do as much as I can is push all of this into a 1 hour show. This is a lot of information, but I'm literally showing you the cryptos that are involved. Now, I'm going to show you one last article because it involves a crypto. I want you to make sure if you want to buy it. Right here. Here's Deloitte. Deloitte's a company. It's an accounting type firm. Deloitte's working with Temenos. Guess what? That means Deloitte's a Ripple partner. Ta-da! We already know this. Deloitte's a massive Ripple partner. They've been there since 2016, if not earlier for Ripple. What Deloitte does is they verify you have everything you say you're going to do. If you're a business, you say, oh, we got $300,000 in the bank. We got this. We got that. What does Deloitte do? They inspect everything and make sure you have what they say. Deloitte is talking about a solution, and right here, look under the paragraph right there. It starts with solution. It talks about Blue Zell. That is a crypto right there, Blue Zell. Let me show you that. They have it on Caleb and Brown, so I'm not going to give you the contract code. Deloitte right here says, to support the integration, Deloitte, who is a Temenos global partner, that's a Ripple partner right there, linked up with Blue Zell. Oh my God. You see how big this gets with Blue Zell? I know you've never heard of it. I know that no other channel talks about it except Crypto Hulk. I started telling you about Blue Zell about a year ago, maybe longer, 2 or 3 years ago, actually. Blue Zell is one of those cryptos that doesn't have all the famous people. It's called the Blue Zell Gateway and the Temenos integration. Everybody, that's all I'm going to say about this Blue Zell right now. You can read the article right here. If you want to buy Blue Zell, read this article. It's not that big. Blue Zell is going to be massive in the world of finance and tokenization. Blue Zell crypto is the one that you want to definitely pick up if you want connections to the Ripple protocol. They're showing you right here. By integrating the Ripple protocol, now look here, let me show you the page. Then I got to go right after this. Let me do a copy and a paste. Here's proof that Blue Zell is a Ripple partner. What I just sent you, go to the 13-second mark. 13-second mark. Blue Zell's out of Canada, by the way. Communist Canada. So right there you can see Blue Zell, Canada. It's right there. There's your Blue Zell. Okay. Now, if we back this video up to the very beginning, you'll see if you go back to the 2-second mark, IRBA. What is that? The International Ripple Business Association promotes the growth of the Ripple ecosystem while encouraging businesses to follow best practices. I want you to watch this video. If you're thinking about buying Blue Zell, watch this video. Blue Zell, they're an early Ripple partner right here. Blue Zell is part of the whole system. I've been showing you Blue Zell at least for 1, 2, 3 years already. We've pumped it, dumped it, or whatever. But Blue Zell is part of the financial system. I'm showing you with evidence right here. It's a Ripple partner. They're talking about a Blue Zell gateway, a Ripple gateway and protocol. This whole thing is tied in with Deloitte, Temenos, Taurus, the biggest in the world. Blue Zell is going to be a freaking monster, okay? That'll be a wrap for today's program, and I will see you on my next one.